Hey guys, what's up? It's Brian F here, and came with this video where I wanted to describe and go into detail about the implementation of crouching shimmy or unmoving shimmy, whatever you want to call it. Basically, a technique where you bait the opponent into taking a throw. It differs from the traditional shimmy where you don't have to move, and the advantage of this is you don't have to give as much of a visual cue that you're going for a shimmy. You don't have to walk backwards, which leaves you vulnerable to low attacks, and you can remain in a much closer space to go for more damaging combos, more damaging punishes, and just overall just maintain pressure better. So I didn't go with the traditional just clips with text over it because I wanted to go more into the psychology about this technique and why it's so powerful and how it can be added to your arsenal. So the reason shimmy works is people are conditioned to tech throws in certain scenarios. So if you knock an opponent down, they get up, you're probably going to get in their grill. Usually most people think of the knockdown scenarios revolving around a few basic options. I can knock you down, go for a meaty, right? I can knock you down, go for a throw. I can knock you down, block, and hope you reversal. So I have a few options on knocking you down. So what a lot of people tend to do is they tend to go for a meaty and the opponent will tech after. So why does this happen? You ever play a set with somebody and you notice that every time you go for a meaty, they're blocking. Oh, so now is my chance to set them up for a throw. Since throws beat blocking, meaties beat waking up with throw. If they're always blocking, I'm going to try throwing them and they will eat the throw. And then you notice that every time you knock them down and you go for the throw, they're also attacking. Why is this? And then you go back to trying to frame trap them, they're blocking again. Are they just psychic? Do they have the best defense in the world? The answer is probably that they're going for a late tech. What they're doing is they're timing their throw tech so that if you go for meaty, they are blocking during the first initial active frame connecting with your hitbox. So they are blocking during that time. After that's done, they're pressing a throw tech. So what happens is they block the initial move and they press throw tech while they're in block stun. So nothing comes out, you just see a block. But this also means that if you go for a throw after, I messed that up there. You go for a throw after, they delay their throw enough so that the initial window of the throw tech covers a throw on your wake up, and the late frames of the throw tech window cover a delayed throw. So what they essentially do is they try to kind of put themselves in blocks in case you go for a meaty and tech a throw if you do it late. Because even if you do a throw late, a lot of people, if they commit to a meaty, they'll do like a string. I had the dummy set to press throw immediately after blocking an attack. But if you actually delayed your throw even more, I can do this very typical string, which is this. This is a block string. That's why it's not showing counter hit. I'm doing a really meaty standing light kick. But the typical string, standing light kick to standing medium kick. You delay your throw enough, you will block the entire sequence, and you'll still open a throw tech. And if I go for something like a tech throw, you end up teching it. So how do we stop this? If you know your opponent is teching everything and blocking everything, they're not gods of defense. They're just creatures of habit. And there's a few ways to expose it, some riskier than others. So one is you can try neutral jumping. This probably yields you the greatest reward. You get the biggest combo from this, but it's also the riskiest. If you just simply do it, they don't press the throw tech, they're sitting there waiting, they can react with anti-air, and you can quickly lose your corner positioning. Another option is to go for a shimmy. You can walk out of range. You kind of fake going in for the throw by setting up the scenario. You don't necessarily have to go for a tick. You can just simply walk in and walk out. Just the act of walking to the range of the throw will automatically cue a reflex from a lot of players to press throw in response at that range. And you can walk in, walk out, hit him with a low forward delay stomp, something of that sort. One problem with this with Necalli specifically is he doesn't really have the greatest range Like even if you're at this range, that combo there. But a lot of times, that things won't combo properly. You can't do your main bread and butter unless you're almost point blank. So the most you can do is walk back and do like a low forward light kick stomp. It's good if you have super. You get super. If not, you get like EX stomps or something. You don't get the greatest reward since you're kind of giving up space. The other problem is you're walking backwards. If they simply just wake up with a sweep, or they know you're going to do this, a lot of Kens will wake up a low forward EX Tatsu because on block, even if you walked back and blocked it, they might just escape out of the corner. You know, if they understand your habit, they might low forward fireball on wake up. It leaves you open if they understand what technique you're going for. And a lot of better players will have more strength, and they won't just simply throw techs out there. They'll actually wait for you to prove that they're going to throw and attempt to actually react to the throw itself, or they'll just weigh the risk reward and just block and take the throw, knowing that it's not as bad as eating. Like even this punish is worse. I think it does a bit more damage than a throw. I'm not too sure about that. Let me turn this on. 104, 120 actually does less damage than a throw. Interesting. More stun though. But either way, people, it's more psychologically damaging to be hit by this and you're left, you know, right in their grill. And if you have super, you know, you can get a really good punish. So what other options do you have to bait people who do the kind of autopilot throw tagging? Well, the other option is, these off, buttering the screen, is the unmoving shimmy. So this technique was popularized by, I think, Cyanide, and a few people are making videos about it. And it has the least attractive name out of all the techniques out there currently for Street Fighter. But the idea is you set up a tick throw scenario with a normal that leaves you at a range where the opponent's throw, if they were to throw after in anticipation of you going for a throw, their throw attempt will whiff. So with Necalli, you can use standing light kick to set up the scenario, which is really good since standing light kick is going to be your go-to meaty button regardless. So as you see there, I do a sweep, dash forward, standing light kick. I am just a pixel outside of that throw range for Ken. My throw will also whiff. It will sometimes throw the idle animation, the hitbox move back and forth a little bit, but if I go for a throw normally, it'll just whiff at this range. Like I said, sometimes we'll move into it. But the idea is, what do you expect after a standing light kick? Either you do a meaty standing light kick to a string in anticipation of counter hitting them, or if you landed in meaty, you can combo. You either do that, or you go into a command grab, or you block expecting them to reversal. So this meaty standing light kick pins them down and forces them to block, and then you can wait and see what they do in response. So a lot of the times you can do this, meaty standing light kick, sit there and observe what they do. In this scenario, I can see the whiff throw, and I can punish with crouching fierce punch to heavy kick stomp to DP. Another option they might do is they might just jump. I can either go for crouching fierce punch alone. Oh, that was an accident. If I have really good reactions, I can DP. The idea is you put them up into a situation where the onus is on them to make a move, and you can react accordingly and punish them. One option they might do is jump forward. If you have good reactions, sit there when they jump over you, can jump back. Jumping medium punch to tag them. Struggle with EX. Let's show that right now. Actually, have to set the dummy wake up actions to jump forward and wake up. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I want the guard recovery actions be to jump forward. As you can see, you can clip them. You can jump back jab. You just basically want to react to whatever option they pull out of that moment. And you know what? A lot of the times, it might just sit there. This would be really sick to pull off, though. That would be amazing. Nothing like shutting your opponent's escape options down with a jump back medium punch into super. The idea is you can sit there and you can practice. You can put on multiple options. You know, you can set it to do. You can practice. I have the dummy set to do. Let's see, it's kind of hard, but you can put multiple options there, and you can sit there and try to practice punishing these options. Now, what I like to do for the punish option is usually crouching fierce punch to heavy kick stomp. The reason is, say you autopilot through it and you're not actually reacting, but you're really anticipating them to whiff a throw. If your default punish is something like this, like a crouching punch into lunge, if you get trigger happy and they don't actually whiff a throw and they're blocking the entire time, you're gonna feel really dumb canceling to a really unsafe move. If you get trigger happy with crouching fierce punch to heavy kick stomp, there is a gap, but heavy kick stomp is 0 on block and it's less likely to be punished. Also, if they jump up, neutral jump, your crouching fierce punch will often catch the neutral jump as well. So it covers a few more options, and it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more forgiving if you don't properly confirm what the opponent's doing. And the other thing is, you can just let it just sit there, let them whip a throw, walk in range to throw them, and and it's really strong because you can set this up to a tick throw scenario. If you walk a pixel step forward, I missed time to throw there, but you can throw them from the setup as well. That is another option. So that would be your default go-to. If you notice that they're teching it over and over, or if you just want to do this on your first knockdown you have in the corner to get some information about what type of player they are, you can do the unmoving shimmy, the tick, and then wait and see what they do. Once you establish that you will punish them for just carelessly whiffing throw techs, you can go ahead and mix in the throw game once more. So it kind of just reinvigorates your mix-up. It makes it so that wait and teching is not a safe option anymore. So they really have to respect the mix-up. And this works on most characters, about a little bit more than half the cast. The issue is with certain characters with their throw range and their pushback. If they block the standing light kick, they are actually in range to throw you. So if you crouch or you stand there, they will reversal throw you, and it will reach and they'll throw you, while your throw range whiffs. Necalli has like mid-tier throw range, and a few other characters have better throw range, or their pushback is less than some characters, so you actually stay closer to them. I will provide like a link to a document that shows all this, and I'll show I think a few video clips of this working versus most of the cast. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of show this video and explain kind of the psychology behind why this is a powerful technique, and explain why sometimes you feel like the old rock paper scissors format isn't working out all the time. You know, you can't just meaty throw or block on their wake up every time. You have to kind of show that these defensive tricks can often work against the defending player's advantage, and you can turn their habits into their death by forcing them to whiff throws, and then eventually, once they start blocking, boom, man grab. Necalli's pretty good character. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you next time, and I hope you found this informative.